back to That Dad Guy. It's July 23rd, 2024. It's about 18 degrees Celsius out today, which means the temperature has dipped by about 10 degrees over where it has been the last few days. They're calling for about 10 millimeters of rain this afternoon, which is welcomed, really, especially now that I'm done work, it's welcomed. We haven't had much rain over the last few weeks. It's been in the low to mid to even a high 30s with the humidity here. So we've been in a nice summer heat wave. So one day of dipping down and having a little bit of rain isn't such a bad idea. We will live with it. Okay, now today's video is about something I received in the mail, and I'm going to talk about the backstory of how it came to be, and very much appreciated. I can tell you that right off the bat. Very appreciated, very surprised by what arrived as well. If you're into stamps, this might be the video for you to watch. If you're just tuning in for the first time onto my videos, I do a whole bunch of different things. I tend to do a video almost every day. Sometimes I do multiple videos a day, depending on what adventures I've gotten myself into. So yeah, you just got to make sure the notification bell's on so you don't miss out on anything. You make sure you like, you subscribe, you leave positive comments, you share with other people who might be interested in the same sort of thing, and I'd be very much appreciative. All right, today I want to talk about this letter that arrived from Joe in North Carolina. But before I get into what was in that letter, I want to get a bit of backstory. So once a month generally, except for in the summers, Moncton has a stamp show, and I've been going to them pretty much regularly every month. Now, they've had a few auctions along the way, and sometimes I give myself a budget of $100 or $20 or whatever the budget might be, and I try to find something within that I potentially could win. And usually, including the last one, which was an amazing auction, but I gave myself a minimum amount. So I could only bid the minimum on an item, and I couldn't bid it again. So if someone bid $6 on something, the minimum bid was $5, I would lose out on it. And it was unfortunate. But I did win a few things in that auction as well for minimum bids. One of the things I won at an auction was a whole bunch of older American stamps. And in them were a whole bunch of airmail stamps. I did a video on airmails for part of my stamp of the month. So every month I do a video on the first day of the month. It's about a stamp, a series of stamps, a theme within a stamp. Could be worldwide, could be a nation. This past month, stamp of the month was on Olympics. And I do a giveaway to go along with it. So if you watch that first episode, you leave a comment on the 15th of the month to get a chance to win a bunch of stamps and stamp-related items. So one of the months I had was airmail, and so I did a whole bunch of things on that. But in one of the auctions, I also won a whole bunch of airmail stamps. So I got this message from Wolfman Collectibles on YouTube, and he says, "What would you want for those airmail stamps?" He was a new collector of stamps, didn't really have a lot to offer, at least I didn't think so. I just said, "Well, what do you want to give me for them?" He wanted one of each of the ones that I had, duplicates, and so I never really heard much about it. He didn't really respond after that. We had a couple exchanges, but nothing was really done. And then he sent me a message saying, "I've sent you a bunch of worldwide stamps. Hopefully you'll like them, find something in there maybe that you don't have in your collection." And he sent them without us ever agreeing on anything, but don't worry, Joe. And Joe is his name. He's from North Carolina. He has reached out he's been on some of my lives that I do on Saturday now, so we've gotten to know him, and the community's got to know him as well. So he sent me a bunch of worldwide stamps. I took all the airmail ones that I had, US airmails that he was looking for. I put them in an envelope, and they're going to be sent off to him. So Joe, don't you worry, your stuff is on its way. But what did I get from him? Well, this envelope had a really nice letter in it saying how he'd found my channel, and that he liked the content that I was doing, keep up the good work, that he's also been on the live streams now, which is fantastic. I love seeing returning people who are joining the live stream and are interacting well with everybody else. Everybody plays nice. That's what I want to see amongst people who are talking, and we all have common interests, whether it's postcards or traveling or food, or there's always something to talk about that someone else on the live really enjoys. Stamps, I mean, all sorts of things. So those are always fun to do on Saturdays. So inside, along with that letter, was an envelope. that had stamps in it, and I didn't open it until today. I've had it for a week, and I know Joe's reached out to say, what did you think of the stamps? And I said, well, I don't know. We're going to find out together, basically. So I put them all out here in front of me. I started to organize them a little bit, and then I said, no, we're just going to put them out. So you're going to see a variety of countries, and you might see a block of one country and then find another one later on. Yes, they're not in order, but they are impressive. And there's a bunch of different degrees of the stamps. Some of them have nibbles of them that aren't great for some collectors to have a corner missing out. Some of them are on paper, so they probably have to be soaked off for other people. But what I found is that whenever I do a theme and I do a giveaway, I tend to get stuff back again, either in those themes. You're going to see that again in here. And sometimes when I do my giveaways, I give stuff away, especially Liverpool stamps always gives me a bunch of stuff. And so it's really cool stuff in it. Sometimes I wish I was keeping that, but I know Liverpool Stamps has sent them to go back out into the world, so that's what we do, we release it back out into the world. And for whatever reason, stuff still comes back to me again in the future. So what I want to do is show you now all these stamps that are put before me on the table, and see what you think. I know some of you are super big stamp collectors, and you're going to say, well, you know, that one that's on the third row and the fifth one in, that's a so-and-so, and you probably should keep that. Or maybe there was a notch out of this one that I didn't really like that. We don't want the negative comments. We just want the positive comments, things that you see that might be unique. And it's all because Joe reached out at one point in time and says, I saw what you did in that video. I'm interested in some of those stamps. What would you like for it? And we've made it work. So here, without any more gobbledygook and things coming from me, let's let the stamps do the talking. As these stamps are coming from North Carolina, let's start with an American stamp. There's one that's from Christmas times. You can see we are quickly switching out. We're not in an American stamp again, but I won't keep switching back and forth, telling you every country these are. You can read what countries these are. I really like this little tiny one though from Colombia. You can see it next to the American stamp, how much difference. Or this one here, the cancellation is so prominent on this older American stamp. We've got German stamps, we've got Colombian stamps, so you can see they're all around the world. There's a nice Year of the Bull stamp. What's interesting about these stamps too when they come in is that Joe doesn't know about some of the themes that I have coming out for future videos, and some of these stamps are going to work for those as examples. There's the only Canadian stamp in amongst the whole group. Nice one from Portugal, Poland. So when I see stamps that I can use for future videos, I really like that. There are a selected few people out there that have asked about what future videos I might have because they want to contribute to those videos and giveaways, which is really nice that people are looking to do that. Look, here's some nice Olympic ones, as we just had an Olympic giveaway. This Friday, the Olympics start in Paris. So how many of you will be tuning in to watch those opening ceremonies and the games to follow? You can see if there was doubles of them, I've put them on top of each other. And yes, they're primarily American stamps would be the majority of them, but there's still a lot of other ones. You can see this one here's a whole pane of stamps. There's 2 of them. I think there's 4 stamps in the whole issue. You see these Columbia ones, there was multiples of those. Dominica, we got some nice bird stamps there. I know a lot of people like the bird series. And here's another really nice Olympic one. Double of that. Some really nice older Australian stamps in here. I try to put most of them together. There's a nice Olympic one from Melbourne in 1956. This one not centered very well, so it's kind of a unique one. Well, I do apologize if the camera is a little bit shaky the way I'm doing it. This Indianapolis 500 one I thought was really nice too. My daughter was just at the Indy race in Toronto. She was actually honored to be there with McLaren, which was really nice. And got to bring her 2 friends in as well that traveled down. So thank you to McLaren for hosting her and her friends. Nice American stamps here, a little bit more current, not as old as some. I have a few Polish ones. The Netherlands, there's one that's got a little corner taken out of it. These are interesting. I know they're all the same stamp, but some people collect when they have bits at the bottom and what they say about those bits. So I've kept them that way to show you the differences. And you can see the size difference of some of these stamps. A few of these I do have, well, quite a few of these I have, but there are some unique ones in there too. But what I'll do is divide them by country and sort them away. The nice Luxembourg one there. Belgium. Argentina. This one here, I believe, is part of that set. Or no, it's a different set. My apologies, looking up at it. These loved ones are cute too. Some French ones. South Africa. Ireland. Cyprus, we've recently talked about this one, Cyprus 1974. If you haven't seen that video, you want to go back and look at it. Spain and Norway. German stamps, old Soviet Republic. These are really nice, these coronation stamps. Zoom out a little bit because there's 3 of them. They were nice ones to see. There's a cute one with the bird and the envelope. For Colombia, Hungarian stamps, more Germans, Colombia, a mixture here, some Argentinian stamps, Colombian stamps. These ones here, all the same stamp, but the overprints you can see on 2 of them. That's why I put them in separate piles. One Moncton in there. I think that was the only UK stamp in the bunch. Another nice Olympic one there. One for the Vatican. Some Austrian stamps. Swiss stamps. These Colombian ones, these older ones are really nice. I like the prints on them. There's a little tiny stamp there. This one I think was somewhere else on the table. And voila! So all of these stamps were sent in response to him wanting a few US airmails. Joe, to answer your question, I'm happy with the trade. I put together your stuff to send off to you. It will go out in the mail today. There are a lot of really great stamps in here. Yes, a lot of them are duplicates or some pretty common stamps in here, but there are lots of beginner stamp collectors out there, so it'll be great to package these up, send them back out into the world to other people that are looking for certain countries. Maybe someone along the way saw something in this video too that they were interested in, and that will spark another wave of someone wanting to trade for this and that. And that's the great thing about trading on the internet. Finding someone like myself on YouTube that shows off the stamps that they currently have available, and people saying, you know what, I'm kind of looking for that stamp, or I'm looking for that country or this theme. Do you have anything that works out for it? And sometimes we can make something work out. So that's great. But for me personally, and this channel and the growth of this channel, every month I'm looking for a stamp, a series of stamps, a topic to talk about. And there are stamps in here of topics that I've already set aside for future to do. So I'll be able to pick out stamps out of this, put them aside and use them for those videos, and maybe they'll end up in the next giveaway or a giveaway down the road. So yeah, Joe, thanks for being a part of this channel. As a relatively new subscriber, thank you for contributing, one, by sending this letter and doing a trade, and also for being on the live streams. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate everybody else out there who is finding me for the first time or who has been with me since the beginning, that helps contribute to make this channel what it is. I couldn't do it if it was just me. If I was the one had to pay for all the giveaway stuff and come up with everything and keep finding content, it would be a very different channel. And the growth that we've had in this channel is incredible. I'm looking forward to seeing what milestones we reach. We're coming up, as of today, we are almost at 1,800, 1,700? Can't remember. 1,700 subscribers, I think, is where we're approaching. So yeah, we're getting close to that 2,000 mark, which when we hit 1,000 in October of 2023, little did I know that we could almost, and maybe we will, double that in a year's time. Where are we going to go? How far will we go? I don't know. You guys are all playing a part in this. And what I want to do is help grow these hobbies that I talk about, help encourage people to come visit Atlantic Canada and all the wonderful things that we have here to show by showing off festivals and trips and adventures that I get to go on while I'm here. And yeah, whatever else I can do to talk about and spread positive vibes out into the world, I will, because we all need something good to look forward to. And I know some of you look forward to watching my videos every day. No matter what I put out, you want to hear from me and see me, which I really appreciate. And I really appreciate all the comments that you put on the videos that I can respond to, direct messages that I get through my Instagram, which is ThatDadGuy1974. Some of you reach out that way too, to express interest in helping out or in trades or whatever you want to do. So I'm happy where I can to be able to correspond and communicate back and forth with you. Well, that's it for today. I will have another video tomorrow. I've already got lined up what I want to talk about, and it should be interesting. Interesting to me, at least. So you guys have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?